March 19th, 2025 of the Board of County Commissioners of Salem County. We have the invocation from CFO Hannigan and stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Eternal God, we pray that you bless this meeting. Let us feel your presence, Lord, and renew our strength. We ask that you bestow your blessings upon all gathered here today in our Salem County community. Help us to work together and have a productive meeting. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. May we roll call, please. Statement regarding open public meetings act.
Adequate notice of this meeting was made pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Protocol 1975, Chapter 231, Senator Byron and Barrett Open Public Meetings Act, by way of forwarding this notice to the South Jersey Times and Elmer Times Company, by posting notice in the Fifth Street Complex, and by filing notice in the offices of the Salem County Clerk and the Clerk to the Board's office, all having been done at least 48 hours in advance.
Roll call, please.
Director Laurie. Here. Deputy Director Ostrom. Here. Commissioner Ramsey. Here. Commissioner Taylor. Here. Commissioner Timmermans.
I'm going to have to change my response to yes, sir.
We have a quorum.
Awesome. Commissioners, what's your pleasure with the minutes?
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes from the March 5th regular meeting. These minutes are to be received, approved, and recorded in the minutes.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Director. Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Yes, unanimous. Do we have any waiver of rules?
No waiver of rules.
Thank you. Commissioners, what's your pleasure with the correspondence, general committee, commission minutes, and reports?
Similarly, sir, I'd like to make a motion that the correspondence, department reports, and committee commission minutes be accepted, filed, and made a part of the minutes.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Director. Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. And pass unanimous. Thank you. Commissioners, your pleasure with the payment of bills and claims.
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion that all bills and claims, when properly signed and audited, I see we have our auditor here with us, he's on the spot, be paid and charged to the respective accounts.
I'll second the motion, Mr. Director. I have a motion to second. Any discussion on the payment of bills and claims? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Yes, unanimous. Was that a hesitant? Making us a little hesitant.
Oh, it says that.
That's my bad shoulder.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Too many balls. Commissioners, your pleasure with the treasurer's report.
Similarly, sir, I'd like to make a motion that the treasurer's report be received and filed, subject to audit, and that it be spread full and complete upon the minutes.
I'll second the motion. I have a motion and a premature second and a second one time. So, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you. That's passed unanimous. Thank you. Resolutions. The administrator.
Sure. We start off with A1. This one's going to be treated separately from the others, only because it's there's going to be a second reading and a public hearing at the April 16th meeting. So A1, calendar year 2025, resolution to exceed the county budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank.
You want a motion to introduce?
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion to introduce resolution A.
I'll second the motion, Mr. Director. I have a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Deputy Director Ostrom.
Yes.
Commissioner Timmerman.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Commissioner Ramsey.
Yes.
Director Laurie. Yes. Okay, now we'll go through the remainder. A2, calendar year 2025, resolution authorizing county entity to exceed the county entity budget request cap. A3, resolution to have the 2025 budget read by title. A4, resolution adding appropriations to the 2025 temporary budget in accordance with NJSA 40:A 4-19-1. A5, resolution supporting the publishing of legal notices on official government websites. A6, resolution appointing members to the Salem County Human Relations Advisory Board. A7, resolution in support of Mid-Atlantic States Career and Education Center application to the FEED NJ grant program. A8, resolution appointing a member to the Salem County Economic Development Advisory Council. A9, resolution awarding a contract for the New Jersey State approved contract number A-817 for A-G-2005 for carpet and flooring supply and install. A10, resolution awarding a contract under New Jersey State approved contract number 83925-T-0109 for radio communication equipment and accessories. A11, resolution awarding a contract for the purchase of a 2025 Ford F-550 4x4 SD regular cab and rack accessories for the Ford F-550 to be used by the road department. A12, resolution authorizing submission of the grant application for the fiscal year 2025-2026 Lee County Shared Service Coordinator Grant. A13, resolution amending resolution 2025-3, setting job classification, title, and salary ranges for 2025. A14, resolution awarding a contract for the purchase of two 2025 Ford F-250 crew cabs for the road department. A15, resolution objecting to the proposed amendment to Lower Delaware Water Quality Management Plan for Block 255, lots 13, 14, 1401, 1402, and 1403, and Block 268, lots 5, 501, and 6.
Commissioners, for the reading of these 14 resolutions, what is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt these 14 resolutions.
Second the motion, Mr. Director. Thank you. Any discussion on these 15 resolutions? Assuming they will pass, JT resolution A7, they would want that to them tomorrow. They can get it.
Okay.
We'll find the grant. I think their deadline is like tomorrow.
Okay. So, we'll get that too.
We have a motion second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Agriculture and Public Safety.
B1, resolution approving signatory for required bank account for the Salem County Sheriff's Office. B2, resolution authorizing the submission of a grant application to the State of New Jersey Department of Children and Families for the Child Advocacy Center grant for the Salem County Prosecutor's Office.
Commissioners, you heard the resolution, reading of these two resolutions. What's your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I'd like to make a motion we adopt these two resolutions.
I'll second that motion. I have a motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Yes, unanimous. Health and Human Services.
E1, resolution accepting and executing the AAA NJ SNAP Application Assistance 2025 grant. E2, resolution accepting and executing the 2024-5311 non-urbanized transportation grant funding to the New Jersey Transit Corporation.
Commissioners, with the reading of these two resolutions, what is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, although not as well read as usual, I would like to affirm these two resolutions as read.
Thank you. I'll second the motion. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Yes, unanimous. You take that one? Community side?
That's in the minutes, Ben. That's in the minutes.
Oh, it's in the minutes. Okay, we go later. Public Works.
Mumble, mumble.
F1, resolution requesting an extension of time for the New Jersey Department of Transportation state aid to counties under the New Jersey Transportation Trust Fund for fiscal year 2017 local bridge fund program. F2, resolution requesting an extension of time for the New Jersey Department of Transportation state aid to counties under the New Jersey Transportation Trust Fund for fiscal year 2018 local bridge fund program. F3, resolution requesting an agreement date extension for the New Jersey Department of Transportation fiscal year 2022 local freight impact fund. F4, resolution in support of Pennsville Township with their application for municipal complete streets technical assistance from the South Jersey Transportation Planning Organization. And F5, resolution approving the execution of a change order number 4 to the 2019 County Navy Road Program for the County of Salem.
Commissioners, for the reading of these 5 resolutions, your pleasure.
Mr. Director, I have a motion to adopt these 5 resolutions.
I second that motion. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? We want to bring your attention to F1 and F2. It's about $1 million each, and leave it to go to the Salem, we said, a center bridge replacement.
Yes, it's a way we bank our funds so we can pay for a bridge.
So for those who don't know, there's going to be quite a few for once they close that bridge. It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
For the coastal year. Yikes. Okay. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Ask him not to. Public hearings and adoptions.
2025 budget. So this is a resolution introducing the 2025 Salem County budget. So this will be a roll call vote, would be a motion and second to introduce. The public hearing and adoption is scheduled for April 16th, 2025.
Commissioners, can I get a motion for the introduction of the first reading?
Mr. Director, I'd like to move that we introduce the first reading of the 2025 Salem County budget.
I'll second the motion, Mr. Director. Motion and second, any discussion? I want to tell you they did a great job with the budget. We are under point, not 7%, we're under point, less than 1%, 0.7% increase in our county levy, not tax rate, but the levy amount of money that we raise. They've done a great job. 13 of the 15 municipality taxes will go down from the county in the amount. 32 of the municipalities will go up slightly. So it's been a good year for our budget writers and the ability to pass that on. Thank you for Dick, Kelly, and staff, and JT, and everybody working together. We go with a roll call here.
Yep. Deputy Director Austin.
Yes.
Commissioner Timmerman.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Commissioner Ramsey.
Yes.
Director Lloyd.
Yes.
And just a reminder, the public hearing adoption is scheduled for April 16th, same date as that original A1 resolution for establishing the cafe.
Okay. And also it's a meeting for the animal control.
Thank you for reminding me.
Just let people know that we had a meeting last night. It was well attended and well run by Cordy and Ed. Great input from our commissioners. We're looking for some results. Hopefully on the 16th we can have it. Commissioners, do we have any old business? Commissioners, any new business? Commissioners, any public announcements?
I have a few, Mr. Director. The Salem County FOP tomorrow at the Old Oak Lodge in Pennsville is going to be having a pit beef and barbecue. March 20th, 21st, and 22nd at Penns Grove High School. They're going to be having the Chicago teen edition, and Chicago's a great play. I've seen it many times, and I would encourage everybody to go out for that. Also this weekend, there's the Half Chicken Barbecue Fundraiser. That's at Laps Dutch Market in Penns Grove. Stuffed shells with meatballs next Tuesday, March 25th at the VFW, Post 253 in Salem. $15 for that. It's from 5 to 6:30. Meryl's got so many things on here, I could never mention them all, but one thing I do want to mention is this, which I found very interesting, World War I Living History event. It's at Fort Mott in Pennsville. Stop down to the fort to learn about World War I and the conflicts of the war from reenactors, portraying many different aspects from what was called the war to end all wars. This is a free event. Bring your friends and family. So it's from 10 to 4 next weekend, 29th and 30th of March. So the Mudiri brothers, septet, are playing at the Davidoff Theater, and as we heard Dr. Gorman say, that theater's packed almost every night of the week. The most popular venue in Salem County, and if you like the Great American Songbook and you like jazz, then these are the guys to see. And I'll defer the rest to Ms. Bamba.
Thank you. Commissioners, any other public announcements?
Yes, Mr. Director, I just want to call out the IFC, International Flame Working Conference at the college. It's a Friday afternoon, Friday night, and Saturday and Sunday. If you just want to dip your toe in the water and see what you like it, Friday night at 6:30 is the presentation of David Hall. All the other events take place at the Glass College, the Sam Jones Glass. So worth seeing. It's regarded around the country. Probably even more than that, but it's in your backyard. IFC is Friday.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone else? Public announcements?
I'll just note for anyone who believes there's nothing to do in Salem County. We have 10 or 15 pages here, 10 items of sheet for something to do every day in Salem County. No matter what your flavor is, there's something to do in Salem County.
Staff did a great job together. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Meryl.
Wonderful place to live.
Anyone else, public announcements? Hearing none, we'll open up for public comment. If you are online, please type it in and we'll read it and we'll address it. Please step forward, state your name and your address for public comment. Patty? Don't forget your name, Patty, by
Even though you know it. Patty Bomba, Carney's Point. Bomba. I'm getting that a lot.
Very nice.
Thank you. This Friday, the 21st, Salem County Pride is sponsoring an event at Wood Lane's Bowl with Pride, 7 to 9. And I think I've already stated about the NAACP Freedom Fund Luncheon. That's on the 29th, Saturday the 29th at 1 o'clock. Saturday, April 5th is Pocketbook Bingo. I know that you will all want to be there. It benefits Habitat. It's at the VOTEC at noon on 5th, and doors open at 11. Now this one is in June. I don't normally go that far out, but so save the date. It's Saturday, June 7th at the Penns Grove VFW. There's going to be a comedy show which benefits Habitat. There will only be 75 tickets sold, so that's why I wanted to get it in. Save that date. Sorry? Penns Grove VFW. So that's it from me. Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? Maggie? Oops, I'm sorry. Please.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Lindsay Breslin, 215 Fort Ellsberg Road, Salem, New Jersey, Ellsboro Township. My question is actually for Commissioner Taylor. I would like to know what your follow-up has been with Salem County Special Services and trying to ensure that their K-2 program will be moved back to Salem County instead of being in Cumberland County.
My position on that, I follow the lead of.
I will give you the background. January 28th, I had reached out to Frank Maurer, who was the assistant superintendent, inquiring about their program. My 4-year-old daughter was diagnosed with autism at 23 months. Since then, it has been my passion and very hard work to find services for her, especially in our county. So thankfully, through all my research, making amazing contacts and working with Autism New Jersey, I have been very fortunate. And my daughter is where she is because of those therapists and because of Clinton Township School, who are the outliers of our public school system. A few years ago, they actually took the initiative to start a therapeutic classroom for autism, which has now served quite a few kids in our county. They are very progressive, from having their occupational therapy to speech therapy, physical therapy in home, instead of having to contract with the child study team. They have also allowed my daughter's ABA, her RBC, to come and act as her one-on-one for the school day. Her RBC is from Bright Blooms in Swedesboro. My daughter has made amazing strides. However, in kind of entering this life, that is not easy. I have met many parents who are lost and they do not have access or the availability to the therapies and resources that I have located for my daughter. After early intervention, it is expected that when the child goes to school, that their school will fund this. But as we know, our schools in Salem County and both through New Jersey are understaffed, they're underfunded, to the point where these children, whether it be autism, Down syndrome, other disabilities, are now put in mainstream classrooms with aides who maybe have 40 hours of training because these schools cannot find special education teachers. They don't have the budgets to have OT, PT, speech come in, or those therapists are so overwhelmed with a heavy caseload that I can tell you from personal experience from forming my own daughter's IEP, that corners will try to be cut where they can. And a lot of parents will just go by what the school says. I, however, am not one of those parents. I know what my child is entitled to, and I pushed to get her what she needed. Now, it came to my attention as I was researching that we have Salem County Special School Services in Mannington. And I saw on their website that they claim to service K through 2. So, as I said, I reached out to Mr. Maurer and had a pretty underwhelming conversation. When asked about this program, he informed me that they have pushed their services into Cumberland County to basically join with them. So my question is this: how is that a service to our kids in the county? My daughter is 4. That bus ride would be over an hour for her to get to school in Cumberland County. When we have a building in Mannington that, yes, it needs to be built upon, it needs to be expanded. But my goodness, we are losing a valuable chance here. I'm talking about Clinton being the forerunner right now. Salem County Special Services could do this. We need to bring our K through 2 program back to Salem County. For it to be in Cumberland County, I feel is such a disservice to the parents, to the children of our county. So, in speaking to Mr. Maurer, I couldn't get any great information from him besides excuses. Even at one point, he added Mr. Swain to the email, who, by the way, I have not heard from. And this email was sent January 28th. I got the pushback of, well, it's funding. Well, sir, from my interviews with other schools around, funding is paid by the sending district. Just like we live in Elsinboro, Elsinboro pays for my daughter to attend Quinton. I was also told that at one point Salem County Special Services and Cumberland County Special Services mirrored each other, but I could not get clarity as to why Salem failed. I find this absolutely disgusting. So, Mr. Maurer told me that Mr. Swain and himself spoke to Commissioner Taylor last night, which would have been January 27th, to see what the needs are and what directions we should take to meet the growing needs. And as I've said, I thank them for their time. I even offered to be an advocate and to help sit on any board to help push this. Not one reply from Jack Maurer or Mr. Swain. So my question is, what is the county doing to get this program and services back into Salem County? Please tell me, does it make sense that Salem County Special Services should be sending K through 2 kids to Cumberland County for services that Salem County is paying for?
Okay, let me give you a response. First, thank you for advocating for your daughter because that's where it starts, as you know. Secondly, the building in Cumberland we actually own, and we are one of very few special service districts in the state. So yes, they sometimes gather from areas across more than a county. We actually have 3 buildings, 2 of which are directly in our county, but we have 3 buildings. I appreciate you coming here. I'm going to tell you that I think the next step might just be the board meeting, which is next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. at the VOTEC, because I think that's the process. We believe in this. We try to support this. In fact, I think then how did we do on the budget for special? We made sure that special services was included. Just so you know, as a commissioner board representing your tax dollars, we made sure special services was included to the tune of what VOTEC was. So we made sure that we're giving funding to them for those 3 buildings. Yes, again, one to Cumberland, but we do own it. So I hear you. I'm sure it's frustrating at all points. This board doesn't control how they do it. I mean, we help fund it. We help make sure it's a service to the residents. I know some of these things, but I'm going to ask you to, if you care this much, and you do, obviously, from what you've done, I'm going to ask you perhaps to show up at the board meeting I'll be there too, next Tuesday night. It's at the VOTEC. And they're the board hearers who are people that we listen to. So I'm not kicking this down the can, but 5 or 6 days. I apologize for that, but I do want I want them to be there to answer this as responsible board members. But again, thank you for what you do. Thank you for taking the time to come here too. I appreciate that.
And thank you for your response. I will definitely make time to attend the board meeting. What makes me nervous is that they were throwing the ball in your court and could not give me any answers. And again, I appreciate that we own 3 buildings, but that is not helping our K through 2 population who are just not meeting their best quality of life or where they can be. Like I said, the public school systems are hurting. They don't have the resources. We are throwing these children into mainstream classrooms with very little services. Now, why, like I said, I appreciate we own 3 buildings. My question is, how are we going to get K through 2 program back into our county? And I really hope that there's an answer for me next week.
Yeah, and before you leave, I'll leave your phone number so you can reach me, but again, I'll see you at Tuesday next week.
Thank you, commissioners.
Okay.
And if anybody has experienced it, it is a fight. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Councilwoman Sharon Klein from Salem City. I am chair of our Commerce Committee, chair of our Housing Committee. And if you attended the LD3 luncheon last Thursday, you heard Assemblyman Bailey compliment us on our innovative housing programs, and you're going to see a difference. We're really making progress. And I said, before I die, Salem's got to get a lot better, and it's really beginning. As for commerce, I'm here to ask for your support for Giordano's recycling. You know, if we look at the world as a big picture, we need to save our earth. I know that right now everybody's worried about their cushy beach house or, you know, too many trucks going down the road. But if you were, I was probably 7 years old when Salem was a very busy trucking town because of our commerce. That's how it happened. You either use rail, you ship, or you use trucks.
We don't have an airport around here. We need the jobs desperately. We need to have homeowners. My saddest part is since 2020, which was only 5 years ago, probably less, I've lost 13 former students to homicide because when they graduate from high school, they can't afford college, they need jobs. So I'm asking you to please read Giordano's plan very carefully. Trucking is not going to go away. That's the American way. And we've got to make sure that we have the infrastructure ready for them to come. We just need them desperately. I thank you for your time. Yeah.
Since you're doing it, you want to publicly announce that the next.
The
public
SWAC
hearing-
meeting
Yeah,
is
yeah,
March
just-
31st,
Yeah.
yes, at the SKIA
6
building.
p.m.?
Just say 6, that's usually when
It's
meetings
somewhere-
start.
Somewhere around there, but you might as well since you have the mic.
All right, yes,
Yeah,
March
hopefully people online will see that and avail themselves of the opportunity.
Right. But I'm just really, really asking you to consider this strongly. Thank you.
Margaret Mess reading at 281 Logwood Road in Christ Point. I'm here to brag about the library. I thought I would fill you in a little bit more. You talk about things that we don't have in Salem County. Our library had such fantastic programs. We had an open mic night once a month. The big fellow that was here with me last time, Frank Wright, it was his idea and he pushed it through. He's a musician, by the way. We would have 3 or 4 musicians from the county just show up to perform every month. That shows a big interest. And we always had a full house. It was wonderful. We just probably didn't pay that we had coffee and donuts, but anyway, just we had a lot of things going on. And it wasn't just, we'd have reading groups, which is also fellowship with people, to make friendships. And that was a wonderful thing. We had children's reading groups. One of my favorite was the parent and child reading group in the summertime. The parent and child would read the same book. Then we'd have a book discussion. And I was astounded at the kids, the depth of what they perceived in those books. The funniest thing was one time we were reading a book, I think it's called something about a day. The father was a marine chemist, and he had to go on a trip. He had no wife. So I thought it was absolutely horrible that he left this girl alone. They lived on that island. And the one kid said to me, Miss Maggie, she can handle it. I stand corrected. But it was so nice because we learned other people that way. And it was a beautiful thing. It wasn't just grinding through a book. It was fun. And if you could read, the rest of your learning is a piece of cake. So I think we worked on that pretty well.
Thank you.
And I wonder if you have any news for me about the site of the new library.
We have put it off already.
You put it off already?
And we have a number of options we'll pursue.
Okay.
Has not been accepted. It'll be maybe a month or so before that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate that attention. Thank you.
We have an esteemed guest here tonight. I think Mickey has something to say.
Yes, we are in the presence of greatness. We're going to, in closed session, be having some discussions regarding contractual things with our railroad contractors, and With them is Frank Hurst, Esquire, well known to the county. I won't throw him under the bus and say he's one of the ones responsible for the new courthouse, but he is. But we'd like to welcome Mr. Hurst. Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
So we already closed that public session.
Is that, you're closed, you can't speak anymore.
I'm just kidding.
I can be heard from back here.
No, you're fine. Whoever you are, we don't know. You gotta state your name and your address.
Frank Hurst, my law office is at 13 West Avenue, and my home address is 15 Commissioner's Pike in Alloway, New Jersey. I thank you for the opportunity. With me tonight are members of the SMS rail service. Jeff, I know you've all met before. He's the boss, he signs the check, so he gets introduced first. And Jim and his lovely daughter, I believe, is also here tonight. Everybody knows them. A little conflicted. I don't know my identity today, whether I'm here as Vincent Van Gogh or President Trump, but I will, yes, I'll duck if I have to.
That didn't happen in the new courthouse.
No, nothing happened in it. He had his opportunity. He allowed me to speak at the opening ceremony, and we have another ceremony coming up too. They're going to honor a bunch of judges and memorialize that. So I'm sure all of you will be here. But we were asked to be here tonight, and we are here to answer any questions that you have.
I think we're gonna have this conversation in closed session, Mr. Hurst.
Okay, I'll wait for the closed section.
Yeah,
Okay,
And
very good.
the reason is,
it's related to contract negotiations and acquisition of public property.
but thank you. Do you have anyone else online that has any comments or questions? Hearing none, is there anyone else who would like to step forward? I think we've pretty much covered everybody. The auditors staying quiet. Thank you. We do have a consecutive closed session. I anticipate it being 15 to 30 minutes. When we come out of closed session, I do not anticipate any motions except to adjourn. You're welcome to stay. It's nice outside, so we appreciate you being here. And the next meeting is April 2nd, which is right here at 6 p.m. Can I get a, go ahead, close that.
Sure, this is a resolution authorizing an executive session of the County of Salem to discuss matters related to the purchase, lease of acquisition of real property or the investment of public funds and matters relating to litigation, negotiations, and the attorney-client privilege.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate all your time.